Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 16th through September the 22nd. And we have a very interesting celestial sky with 3 significant events, and I'll get into that later on the astrology section of your reading. Thank you guys. I had so many new subscribers last week. I'm so excited. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. If you're returning, thank you for your loyalty and your support. I really appreciate that. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and you'll come back. Now, these are general readings for the collective, guys. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. And don't forget, these are for your sun, moon, and rising. So check out the other videos because maybe your rising sign might make more sense to you. If you would like a more personal, tailored reading, click on this link or go to the Show More section below in the description box. If you're looking at this on a phone, it's a little arrow pointing downwards. If you press that, you can see all the information. All the links to the other videos will be below. The links to my Facebook group will be below. You should join that. Every 2 weeks I do a live feed in Facebook, and we look, it's fun, we look at how the it's either the new moon or the full moon is affecting you personally. Which area of your chart does it affect you? So join my Facebook group. The link is below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please don't forget to like, comment. I answer every comment. And subscribe if you haven't already. And share. My short-term goal is get to 10K subscribers. That would be amazing. So, I want to quickly say these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this part, the astrological report, which is next, and then the tarot report, the tarot reading, sorry. And there are skip times to each section so that you can, if you're checking out some moon rising, you can go straight to the video if you want, so you don't have to watch the astrological or the intro again. And another way, guys, to support this channel is through Patreon. I want to thank my patrons. Thank you so much. The link to that will be below. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology section, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading, and we have 3 significant events happening this week, and we have some minor events that I'm not going to go into, but the big news is that Saturn stations direct. It has been retrograde since April, so we are going to feel a shift forward. We're going to be able to see our path forward and a practical way of getting there. Now, Saturn is the Lord of time. He rules time. So we need to bring in patience because things that our goals take time. To get to where we want to go takes time and effort. So we need to allow that time and honor that time to get there. We have had time to prepare things in Virgo, and now it's time for us to propel forward. Now, Saturn is also the planet of lessons. So we need to remember, we need to look at what we've done in the past and learn from it, not repeat mistakes. We will, Saturn a lot of people freak out about Saturn and say, oh no, Saturn. But Saturn actually steers us in the right direction. So what we sometimes consider blocks and things that are stopping us from going forward, this is Saturn saying, no, don't go there. Turn around and go in this direction. It's going to serve you better. So it's about slowing down, right? But it's also about putting the effort and the work into it, because we can't get to where we're going without hard work. And Saturn is about, getting your elbow grease in there, rolling up your sleeves and doing the work to get to where you want to go. And it's in Capricorn, in its home sign of Capricorn. So this is the earth sign. It's manifesting, right? It's going to help us. It's going to put rules and structure in place so that we can get to our goals. This is about limiting, it's about economizing, if you will. So we really have to look and kind of trim the fat. What is not working for us? This, Saturn's about purging, getting rid of what's not working for us anymore, having the courage to let that go. When we let that go, we will go forward faster. Maybe not as fast as we want to. So we really do have to practice patience during this time and honor the sense of time. So this really is about putting effort into it. But this wonderful grounding energy and this direction of going forward is going to, and I also want to mention that Pluto, which has been traveling along with Saturn through the sign of Capricorn, is also slowing down and getting ready to go direct, which will happen at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. That's a whole other story, so I'll go into that later. But we're feeling the effects of that change, transformation, and Saturn is, organizing things for us to go forward and to reach our goals. And we'll be able to see where we're going. Finally, we can see ahead and in practical terms. But we have to put the work in, as I said before. Now, that happens on Wednesday the 18th. Excuse me. And on the, let me just look, on the 21st, we have Jupiter in a challenging aspect, what we call a square in astrology, to Neptune. Now, Jupiter is the planet of abundance, more, expansion, spirituality, adventure. And I'm just looking here at the chart. And Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is spiritual, it is a connection with the ethereal realm and creative, right? So this contentious aspect between the two, between Jupiter and Neptune, well, on the negative side of each planet, right? Jupiter can be addiction. It can be bigger, better, more of something that doesn't work for us. It can be overindulgence, overdoing lots of things. And Neptune is the planet of illusion, right? And on the negative side, delusion, also addiction, and not seeing things in the light, overdoing something, being overly optimistic. Jupiter is optimism too. It's being very optimistic. So Neptune can accentuate that and not see things in realistic terms. Now, going back to Saturn, Saturn's very realistic, so it could help with balancing that out. But we really need to remember that in our psyche. We need to remember that we can go off on tangents. We can be distracted by Neptune. Neptune can be a distraction. I can sit here and I'm planning my day, and before I know it, it's 2 hours later and I haven't got up and done anything because I've been in my head, on this dream with Neptune. So sometimes when this happens, I put alarms on my phone. I have to do this, and I give myself a 2-hour notice of what I have to do. And then when the alarm goes off, I have to go, oh gosh, yeah, I've got to get up and do that. So sometimes we have to do that to bring us back in. But if we have that awareness in our psyche that we can be distracted and we can go off, and we have to kind of ask our question, ask a question of ourselves, okay, is this realistic? Because we have unrealistic expectations sometimes with Neptune, and especially with Neptune and Jupiter in this contentious kind of relationship. So it's something to be aware of. But on the other hand, you can really tap into creativity. You can, if you're a writer, if you're in the visual arts, whatever it is, or just to be creative, it's amazing for, optimistic, visionary goals to make those, and to do, write a novel, something fantastical and mystical. So it's really brilliant to tap into that energy, that source of energy while this is happening. Now, the next thing that is happening is, really it's not this week because this reading goes to the 22nd, but I'd be remiss not to mention that on Monday, the 23rd, the sun moves into Libra. It is the autumn equinox. So this is a huge shift in energy, and the sun is joining Mercury and Venus in Libra. So this, I'll talk about that next week, but I wanted you to know that. So also, happy birthday, Libra. Happy birthday. So we will discuss and talk about what's going on with that next week, because there are some other things going on. So yes, I want to also mention, where is it? I want to also mention at the same time, which I didn't mention as we were talking about it, at the same time that Saturn moves direct, it is in this beautiful trine with the moon in Taurus. Now, the moon in Taurus is in exaltation. It's it's expressing itself how it needs to express itself. It is creating security and helping Saturn. Saturn will help you see your way forward for security. It is a beautiful alignment between the moon and Saturn, so you can actually plan out and see what you need and what you want, and what will make you feel secure. And it's also a very nurturing energy. So it's really interesting that we have. I also want to mention, before we go any further, that the Jupiter squaring Neptune can also bring in some fear of the future. And it can be unrealistic. It feels very real. So you can feel some anxiety. It's really important to meditate during this time. And also, and to remember that things aren't necessarily realistic. So it is about taking care of responsibilities, because Saturn's going to make sure that you take care of your responsibilities. It's going to be in our faces. We will need to take care of things that we've perhaps been putting on the back burner. But also is things that we need to take care of. So Saturn is showing us the way forward. And sometimes, especially with the Neptune and Jupiter connection, we will feel a little fearful and perhaps apprehensive about those responsibilities. But if we just get down and just do a little bit at a time and just take care of them, things will come out of this on top, having taken care of our responsibilities, having lived up to our responsibilities. And that's us showing up for our lives. Okay, everyone. I wish you a wonderful, abundant week. And without further ado, let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for September the 16th through September the 22nd. And I'm just shuffling this one last time. Okay, this is for Scorpio. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Scorpio for this coming week? 3 cards for Scorpio, please. 3 cards for Scorpio. There's 1. Oh, it's your card, Scorpio. This is your card. 2 more cards for Scorpio, please. 2 more cards. Oh, that wants to come out, but it didn't. There's the second one. Oh, you've got 3. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, you've already got 3 cards. All right, now, these are clarifying cards for Scorpio. I've already shuffled them. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay. Oh. All right. These are clarifying cards for Scorpio. Wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information. Can you give Scorpio through these clarifying cards for this week? Please clarify. Here we are. Please clarify. Oh, there we go. And please clarify. Oh, two of them came out together. Okay. Ah, all right. Let's take a look at your card, shall we? Okay, the first card out is the Seven of Swords. Clarifying the Seven of Swords is the Page of Wands. Then you have the Ten of Wands. Clarifying the Ten of Wands is the Four of Swords. Not surprisingly, that's your card. And then you have the Ten of Swords. And clarifying the Ten of Swords, you have the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay. Scorpio. The first card out is the Seven of Swords. Okay. The Seven of Swords means something's nefarious is going on. Somebody's not telling you the truth, or somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart. Somebody's doing something. It's, the traditional thing is somebody's stealing from you, but it's not necessarily stealing. It can be lying or cheating in some way. Now, I have a feeling that it is somebody in your work environment, somebody in business. Somebody's not telling you, not being completely open and honest with you. It may not be really, devastating, excuse me, or life-changing, but there's definitely something going on. I feel that you're going to know, or you already have an intuitive feeling about this situation or this person, and so you're well aware of it. But don't second guess yourself is what I'm getting. It's like, trust your instinct. Trust that you know, because you may be thinking, oh no, I'm out of my mind. That's not really happening. But there's somebody there that's not quite telling you the truth. And maybe they're saying, it could be a payment. Maybe they're saying, oh yes, I'm going to pay you next week or something. And then they're not, it doesn't materialize. It could be that they're not telling you the truth about the expectations in your job, or somebody is kind of, it can be jealousy. I hate to use that word, but it can be. It really can be. Because it always sounds so infantile, but it's very true. It can be. And you've got the Page of Wands. So you are going to find out about this person, that you're going to get a message. Somebody's going to tell you what's going on with this person. Somebody's going to tell you what's happening behind the scenes. The Page of Wands is a messenger, and he is usually connected to your career or your business or something, at work. And so you will receive a message somehow telling you what's going on. So it's going to be revealed to you. Now, you have the Ten of Wands coming in. So you're taking on way too much responsibility again. And this is also Saturn. It's like you're doing everything, Scorpio. And look, clarifying it, you're going to be exhausted. It's really going to have an effect on your health if you don't if you don't address this. Now, this came up this hasn't come up for you in a while, but it did come up for a long time for you, Scorpio. So it has reared its ugly head again. You've probably taken on too much work, or you're doing too much at home and not delegating to the rest of the family. There's something going on here, but it can really cause you to be ill. You have to get enough sleep. Perhaps you're working late hours and you're not sleeping enough and you're getting up. You've really got to delegate. You've got to cut the fat. You've got to purge. This is about you being responsible on a level that you have to be responsible for yourself and your own health as well. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're getting just the basic thing, enough sleep. You've got to drop some of this baggage. You really do. I'm getting that it's probably a fear. There's a fear. You've got this fear inside of something. Perhaps maybe you're taking on too many clients. You're in fear that, business isn't going to pick up, or maybe, I don't know what this is. This is something that you have to ask yourself. Now, you've got another 10 here. You've got the 10 of Swords. It's like you've had a bit of a difficult time, right? Or you're having a bit of a difficult time. And when the 10 of Swords comes in, this is like betrayal. I feel that you're really feeling this. You're feeling betrayed by this. Somebody has betrayed you. It feels like a deep betrayal, and it's kind of painful. But when the 10 of Swords comes in, it's saying that you're kind of ready to move on. It's like, yes, you were betrayed. But what I'm getting actually is that this betrayal, even if it may not be that big, has kind of kicked up some other stuff for you that's, some pain from the past. So it's really kind of made you aware of that and brought that up for you. But this 10 is the end of that betrayal. This is the end of feeling betrayed. It's about moving on. It's not staying in that energy. It's not allowing that person or people to keep you in that energy, because that's not helpful to you. It's like dropping that burden, right? It can be the burden of that, because you can be in your head and think about it and come up with all kinds of scenarios and then continually feel this pain. But this 10, it's a new beginning. So it's releasing all that. You're being asked to release it. And I think you're really ready to release it anyway. And you're ready to move on. And you've got the Hierophant, which is saying trust that things happen for a reason. You've been brought to this place so that you can learn from it and you can release it once and for all. And look, this is going to create an amazing foundation for you to move forward, because you've got the 4 of Wands. So releasing all of this is going to be a week of purging for you, Scorpio. Purging emotionally, purging physically. It's really structuring your life in a way that's really going to benefit you going forward. So it's like getting rid of anything that no longer works for you, that including emotions and feelings and resentment and any kind of overexertion in any way, because things are going to get better for you when you do. Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, and comment. I live for comments and feedback, and I always respond. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.